Alright, this is my vocabulary strategy. Obviously my name is Ann Flock. Before we get started, background information. I want to teach 7th and 8th grade, so I specifically geared finding and researching something that I think kids of that age could use. I'm going to be using it for a physical education class, but I think the way it's set up that I think I can use it for my health classrooms, which is why I really liked the strategy I'll be talking about. I'm using it for a basketball unit. My example is it's from the sports rule book, which is a textbook, and it's called Graffiti Vocabulary. I found it, I'm not gonna lie, I literally just Googled vocabulary strategies and clicked on the first link, and this is the link I got, and I got there was at least 5 different strategies that I thought were pretty cool, but this one was probably my favorite one. Basically, kids just make a graffiti poster. They are given a vocabulary word. I think you could use phrases, and then they describe it in their own words, and there has to be at least 3 pictures. And obviously you can change the rules and gear it towards what you want a little bit more, but that's basically the premise of it. And then this was the example that they had online. It looks like a social studies example, but obviously they had more, so they made a whole wall of it, which is something I would do. And then this is my beautiful drawing. I worked very hard on this. So since it was the basketball unit, I did dribbling, and these are 3 skill cues. So obviously you use your finger pads, you keep it below the waist, you keep it in front of your body, and I think you could use this at the end of the year, and do, reviewing of all of the skills we went over, and giving everybody a different skill from all the different units. Or you could use it at the beginning of a lesson and do like a wall, kind of like this, because let's be real, your Pinterest-worthy bulletin boards at the beginning of the year are going to go downhill before September hits. So why not make the kids make the bulletin boards for you? So how I found it, I Googled it. Why I used it, I think it would be really fun. I like to have fun, so I think kids would really get into this, especially the kids who aren't particularly good at athletics, but maybe they love art. I think this is something they can really excel at, and I think we need to do better as physical educators as targeting those kids who aren't the most athletically gifted. So I really like this, and I think it's super simple, and I think they need the visuals. They need to see what they can't just, rattle off a list of things. They need to know and physically be able to see it and show me, what I want. It hits more of the cognitive aspect than the physical aspect. So, how to integrate it, I kind of talked about that. I think I would, maybe I could do players. There's 5 different kinds of players. Maybe if we did a football unit, we could split them off into pairs. You could use terms. You could do this for fouls. Maybe, draw a picture of an example of how you could get that foul, and then the ref signal for it, and then how you do it in a book. Those could be your 3 pictures. I think you could really have some fun with this. I'm actually super excited to use this. How will it help the students learn? Like I said before, it makes them physically see it. So, you can say, oh, keep the ball out in front, but what does that actually look like? Draw it out, show me what you think this means. And so it's not just them mindlessly rattling off stuff. It makes them physically show me what they mean. How would I assess this? Obviously, based on my beautiful pictures, I'm not going to grade based on um, actual artistic ability. I think I would do it more, did you get the 3? Sorry, I have no idea how to run my own computer apparently. Did you get the 3 cues right? So obviously these are 3 of the actual cues. I think because I would make a requirement for some color. I'm not gonna, it'd be a yes or no, like a 2-point question thing. I think there also needs to be an assessment for standard 4, which is the affective domain. So did you work with a team? Did you communicate with your partners? Um, was it just a one-person thing? And maybe you, attached with this, you can do a peer and a self-assessment. How did you work with your peers for this project, and how did you feel you performed as a teammate? Were you helpful? Did you provide good information? Did you guys fight a lot? I think there's a couple different ways I could assess it, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm super excited about this, and I love my drawings, so